Alright, y'all. Countryman here. I have 4 pounds of pinto beans in that bowl right there. I covered them with water last night and went to bed. And they swelled up to the point that they were out of the water this morning. So I put more water on top of them. Come across here. I've got my kitchen counter dang near clean, people. This is a cooking video in the kitchen. I'm starting out with 4-quart jars right there. Those first 3, you see white stuff in the bottom. That's 1 tablespoon of canning salt. Not table salt, canning salt. There's a difference. And I got my jar there, and I'm going to put some more canning salt in this one. Just put it right on the bottom. I'm going to fill up a couple of these jars. And I give my tripod that was given to me to a friend. So I got to hold my camera. It's going to be a little shaky. Boy, this is going to be fun. Got my butter dish here. I'm going to try to pour this in here on camera. One hand and hold it in the deal here and just show you how far I fill that up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I've got about 1.5 inches of headspace there. I'm going to fill it up just a little bit more. 4 pounds of beans is going to do 7-quart jars. I'm going to get me some hot water. I'm going to tap these off, top them off, debubble them. When I get back to debubbling, I'll get right back to you. I'll show you how to do it. Very important step. White vinegar. You don't take much, but I put about 1/4 cup in there. That way my jars don't come out chalky or whatever. I got me a paper towel. I'm going to put a little more white vinegar on it. And show you what I'm going to do next. Got my white vinegar all on my towel. And I got my water up to the bottom of my threads here. Very important step. You can even watch that water, the bubbles release all in there. You gotta debubble these jars and make sure you do a good job. That one I started out first. Watch the bubbles come out of this. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but they just jump out of there. The bubble's right there at the top. See if I can do that right there on the bubbles. See all the bubbles right around that edge? You gotta make sure that all the bubbles are out. The next step, after I get all these debubbled, is wipe your jar rings, the lids, the lip of your jar here. And I've got vinegar, and I go around that just slicker it's not. Let me get this done and I'll be right back with you. Let me tell you one more time, wiping these jars lids with vinegar is the most important thing there is. That makes sure you get a good seal. And then we take our hot water, your lids out of the hot water, and we put them right on top and center them up just like that. Now I've got 2 different sizes here, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to put these on. So, ow, they're hot. Go back here and we'll put a big one on. And we're going to tighten these lids down finger tight. Once I get them all on. Ow, 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 they're hot. Put these on nice and neat. All our lids are on. Then we're going to come back and I will put the rings on. and I'll just give it a little twist. You don't want that tight, because when you pressure can it, it's going to build up pressure in your jar, and it's got to release air. And I'm going to put these in a cold pressure canner, and I'm going to heat the water up, and I'm going to pressure can it for 90 minutes. At my altitude, which is Summit County, Ohio, I'm up 1,200 feet, so I got to go up to 14 pounds pressure, but check your pressure in your area. And when I get done taking them out here in an hour and a half, I will get back to you and show you the finished product. God bless. Hey y'all, just put my little lid on there, and been it for 10 minutes. My pressure is still sitting at 0. I'm going to bring that up to my 12 pounds pressure, and then I'm going to start my 90 minutes. You do not start your 90 minutes cooking time, canning time, until you get your pressure up to the right temp, right poundage. And then cook it. I'm going to pressure can it for 90 minutes. So I'll get back to you when I get done. Just wanted to throw that little tidbit in there. Well, the pressure's up to 12.5 pounds, give or take. Above 12 where I need to be. The timer is sitting there kicking butt at 84 minutes and 46 seconds. When that counts down, we'll turn it off. Let the pressure cool down naturally. Do not take the little cap off. We got to let it go down by itself. When it gets to 0, wait about another 10 minutes, and then we'll pop the top on it and see what comes out. I'll get back to you here in about an hour and a half. Countryman out. Alright. Been about an hour. She's cooled back down. She's still hot. We'll take that little doohickey off right there. I took it off. And we'll take this off. And let me take the lid off and take one out, and we'll see how it looks after I get them out here. Let me get them out of the deal. Well, 7 quarts of beans there. I'm hoping that you can see that she's still bubbling right there. And they're completely full. Boy, that one's really going good right there. And these beans, I cooked them for 90 minutes. And they're going to make some really, really good refried beans. Because I can see that they were already exploded in the jar. They're just as tender can be. I'm not really worried about them for chili beans or anything like that, because I use mostly refried beans. I should have been a Mexican. But I love these things, and all I done was just put a little salt in there and left me about a 1-inch headspace. You remember when I done these jars, I had about a 1-inch headspace down here on the shoulder of the jars where I had the beans. They expand all the way up to the top of that lid. They went ahead and swelled and cooked while they were in the jars. So you got to watch that. Make sure you got plenty of headspace, extra headspace. I'd say 1.5 inches of headspace above your jar. And then fill your water up to the bottom of the ring there, just enough to cover your beans. But they turned out real good. I'm very happy. I'm going to let these cool down overnight. I don't put labels on my jars. I usually type on or mark on the lids what they are. And if you can't figure out them or pinto beans, you don't need to be canning anyway. God bless. Countryman out. And I got one thing to say. I'm a fat old retired disabled truck driver, and if I can do it, anybody can. God bless.